Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. We are pleased to be joined by the 2022 Top Fuel Champion in the NHRA Camping World Drag Racing Series. Of course, that's Brittany Force, who is now a two-time champion. How's it going?
Great. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Winning a championship is always something that JFR is always known to do with Robert winning championships, of course, your dad winning so many. Talk about what's it like to now be a multi-time champion in Top Fuel.
There's nothing like it. I mean, coming out into this sport, it's all about, you want to win. That is the ultimate reason you're out here. You want wins. And then the ultimate goal is the championship. We got it done in 2017. And then there were moments where we had our ups and our downs and we thought we'd get it and we lost it. And we couldn't quite get there. We had a great season last year, but we finished too. And coming into this season, it was just a really strong season for us. I mean, start to finish. We have 5 wins. It's the most wins I've ever had in a season. Number one qualifiers. We set national the mile per hour track record in Pomona. So our team's really been strong all season long. We've been chasing this number one. We set it our first team meeting in Pomona, and we finally said it in our last one. We got the job done, and we brought home another championship.
Yeah. What led to that? Because when you've had the season like you're having, it's something like you just don't want it to end. What was it? What was this season like to just be a part of?
I really have to, put the focus on my team. David Grubnic, Max Savage, and every single one of my guys. There's 10 of us, and it takes every single one of us to make this work. We had a new guy that came on in Bristol. He came on with us, and he was kind of our missing piece that we were looking for. And he'd never, he's not been in drag racing before, and he fit in perfectly. He picked up the work like he's done it for years. And the biggest thing is he fit in with these guys. So that's another key component in it all is the relationship that we all have as a team, and we are all very close. I mean, we spend a lot of hours together. We're, traveling together. We're living out of a suitcase in a different hotel, a different city every single weekend. And we do dinners together. We spend a lot of time together, and lucky for us, we choose to spend time together. So we have this unique bond, and I feel like it pulls this team closer. And, with that, and then the amount of hard work these guys put in, the loyalty how loyal they are to this team, and just the focus and the drive we've had all season long is the reason we got here. Took all of us, took every single one of us, not missing a step and pushing forward through those good days, and especially those bad days, recovering together from them and fighting back.
Yeah, for sure. What has someone like David Grubnic meant to this team? And obviously he's been with successful teams in the past and all that stuff, but he's been with you the past few years, I think. But what has he meant to this team?
He's the powerhouse. He came on with us in 2019, and he's just incredible. I have the relationship that we have is like no other driver crew chief before, only because he used to compete in one of these dragsters, so he really understands the driving element of it all, the pressure that a driver carries. Having to recover from, driver error and bad weekends. He understands it all because he's been there. He's done it for years. And now he's at this crew chief position, and he's done so well. I mean, we hold, like I said, in Pomona, we got that mile per hour national record, 3:38.9. He's just unreal, the things that he's done with his team, with his car. And he's the lead of all of it. He's the one that pulls these guys together. Like I said, we have our meetings every single weekend, and he always asks, is there any friction? Are we getting along? Are there problems? He's making sure everything is good on that side of it. And then obviously takes the lead on the race car, and he's just been incredible what he's been able to pull off and do. And he pushes to the limits. That's always his motto.
Yeah, for sure. I know when you look at looking forward and winning a championship, but when you look forward to like next season, there's still a lot of the changes. But one thing I do want to ask you, you're going back to Chicago in Illinois. That's going to be, how excited are you guys to go back?
Yeah, we're very excited to head back to Chicago. It's upsetting to lose it, and Chicago's in a great market for us, and it's the peak headquarters are there. So that's one of our teammates primary sponsors. So we go in there and to be able to have them out for the weekend and entertain them all weekend long. Hopefully put them in the winner's circle is the ultimate goal, but very excited to be returning to Chicago. We should have never left.
Yeah, for sure. Kind of talk about, with the schedule, what the schedule's kind of looking like next year. It's a little bit similar, of course, and starts and ends in Pomona. Of course, that deal was announced a few weeks ago, long term there in Pomona. How exciting is it to have the championship and the start of the season end in Pomona?
Well, it actually changed. They did change the schedule a little bit. We still hold the finals in Pomona, but we're actually starting our season in Gainesville in March. So our season does start a little differently, but I think it'll be good. It's a change. It gives us a little more off time, which right now it sounds great, but I'm also thinking coming off this high, coming off this championship, I'm already ready to get back out there and start the season because we want to do it again.
Yeah, of course. What's it going to be like to, coming from the Gator Nationals to start the year? That's how I believe I think when we got back from COVID, that's actually, I believe, where we kind of started, I think.
Yeah, it should be interesting. Again, it's just different. I'm excited to see how it all, plays out starting in Gainesville. We've never done that before, but Gainesville is one of the big ones on our circuit. And it's a special place for me. It's where I got my first win back in 2016. So it's a special place. I love that track. I've been going there since I was a kid with my sisters sitting in the stands watching my dad. And it'll be different. It'll be an adjustment. It won't feel like the opening race. It's going to be, where are we? What's happening? But then we'll get into the roll of things once we start qualifying.
What is one race this year that you felt like we just put it all together and we just went out and dominated?
Definitely Sonoma. So we took home the win in Sonoma, and it was just an outstanding weekend for our whole team. David Grubnic, what he put into this car, performance was insane. We ran high 360s all day on race day. And that's just, all the way up into the final. He's just, there was no stopping him, no stopping this car. We were unbeatable that weekend. I'm very proud of that weekend. And, bring home that trophy, that win.
And to get Chevrolet another title as well. That's got to be something.
Oh yeah. It's all of our sponsors involved. It's not just Monster Energy Flavor Pack, but it's Cornwall Tools, it's Team Chevy, it's Peak, it's Auto Club. It takes all of us to make this thing work.
Yeah, it does. Kind of going into any big plans for the off season. What is kind of preparing for when we get to spring training just in a few months?
Yeah. Right now I'm still kind of on this high from, Pomona and Sunday. We went right into the banquet, and now we've been doing days of, media all over town. So we've been busy with that, but I'm ready to just kind of take a moment and take a deep breath and relax and just take everything in and get some time at home, being able to unpack my suitcase and just feel like I'm home, buy some groceries for once. But my family, the holidays, we always go up to Lake Tahoe. So, be able to get up there in the snow, go snowboarding. I'm looking forward to that. But, as soon as the holidays are over, I'll be ready to get going again.
All right. Sounds good. Well, Brittany Force, I know you got a ton of interviews to get to. But thank you so much for talking with us, and congrats on being the 2022 NHRA Camping World Drag Racing Series Top Fuel Champion. And we'll talk to you soon.